are so effing delusional if they think this isn't the worst mainline 3D Mario. Okay, and what do they mean by mainline 3D Mario? Okay, and there's no real bad 3D Mario games. Okay, every 3D Mario game, yes, even Mario 3D Land has its charm and has, you know, its own good qualities about it. Okay. In my opinion, the worst 3D Mario game is 3D Land, but 3D Land is nowhere near a bad game. And I wish people would realize this, like, 3D Land is, yes, the F tier, like the bottom tier of 3D Mario games. Okay? But even then, 3D Land still has its charm, it still has its, you know, it's still a Mario game, it's still fun, it's still interesting, you know, it's still a fun and interesting game. It's still a fun game. It's still, you know, I beat the whole game, and I didn't beat, like, the post game, but I still beat the whole game. Mario 64, the game was still pretty fun. The DS version was pretty fun. Okay, the DS version added, like, mini games and stuff. Added, like, new bosses, new areas, new characters. It was overall an expansion of Mario 64. And overall, Mario 64, unless you count only, like, the actual main Mario 3D Mario games, then maybe you can make an argument that that's either Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine, as people won't really touch Galaxy, Galaxy 2, or Odyssey, for obvious reasons. In my opinion, I would still think it would be like Galaxy 2, as I didn't really like the controls of that game. But out of the 3D Mario games, it would still be 3D Land, and then maybe like the Galaxy games of 3D World, and then it'll be 3D World plus Bowser's Fury above. Okay, 3D World plus Bowser's Fury would be a 3D World, because it's still the same game. Okay, but they just add a new, like, sub game to it. And Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, obviously, I still think, in my opinion, the best 3D Mario game is Odyssey. Maybe I have to replay Odyssey one point again, because I did like that game a lot. It was way better than, you know, than even like Sunshine, you know. And Sunshine, I had all of the time in the world when I was a kid to play it. Same thing with Mario 64 on the DS. Okay. But overall, you know, I just don't understand why, like, with Mario 64, I understand, like, yes, Mario 64 has kind of aged pretty poorly for a 3D Mario game, but you also gotta realize it was a pretty good product for its time. Okay? It was a pretty good product for its time, especially in the 90s. Yes, a lot of the games in the N64 and PS1 era are gonna age poorly compared to newer games. It's just it's just how it is. Okay? But for the time, these games were all revolutionary. Not just Mario 64, Final Fantasy VII, Crash Bandicoot, Banjo-Kazooie, as I had their names, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and even games like Donkey Kong 64 and Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green. Yes, those games may have aged poorly compared to newer entries, or newer video games in general, but they still paved the way for all of these games. Okay? And that's what this video here. Goodbye.